This is really one of the best things in the sale. Let's check out the 68th. These cars really do look awesome. We have the keys, which is great and not common. So, I have something cool for you. When Fast and Loud finished, everyone thought they had seen everything until Dennis Collins opened his garage. What he had inside shocked even his biggest fans. Rare cars, amazing stories, and love in every spot. You won't believe what's inside. Come with us as we show you the details inside Dennis Collins' garage. Dennis Collins is famous for his part on Fast and Loud, where he worked with Richard Rawlings to find and sell rare cars. His strong knowledge, good eye, and love for old cars made him a fan favorite. Even after the show finished, Collins kept building his name in the car world. Right after Fast and Loud came to an end, people thought Dennis Collins would slow down. But that didn't happen. Instead, something surprising was waiting behind the closed doors of his garage. It wasn't just a few old cars, it was a deep love. What they found was a man on a task to save some of the rarest cars ever made. Cars most people have never even heard of. The Nash Healey. These beauties were made in the early 1950s, right in the best time of American car making. At that time, everyone was excited about speed, looks, and big ideas. The Nash Healey was a big idea for sure. It was part American, part British, and had a touch of Italian style. But what shocked everyone the most wasn't just that Collins owned some of these rare cars. It was that he was looking for every single one still around. And get this, he wants them working or not. That's not just a fun saying. From the year 1950 to 1954, if a Nash Healey is sitting somewhere, whether it runs or is rusting in a field, Collins wants it. But think about it. What makes the Nash Healey so rare? After the Second World War, the United States was doing great. People had money, dreams, and wanted something new. Cars were changing. The Nash Healey came out of a strange but smart partnership. Nash Motors from America joined hands with British carmaker Donald Healey. Then, to make it better, the famous Pininfarina studio in Italy gave it a cool body design. This strange mix made something wonderful. A fancy sports car that felt European, yet ran with American power. But it came with a cost. It was expensive to make, and few people could buy one. By the time they stopped making it in 1954, fewer than 510 were made. Today, finding one is like seeing a unicorn. Many have gone missing, and the ones that are left are spread out, often hidden in barns, garages, or junkyards. That's why Collins isn't just collecting, he's saving them. All of these, not just the perfect ones, were in his garage. Some were beat up, covered in dust, and torn down to their frames. Others had been fully fixed and looked like they had just come off the line. What shocked people wasn't just the group, it was the hard work. This wasn't a simple hobby. Collins wasn't just storing cars, he was keeping history safe. Each Nash Healey had its past, and Collins seemed set on learning every detail. And he doesn't care about the shape. He made it clear that he'll take one in any form because every piece helps bring back the history. Well, Collins didn't stop at collecting. He went even farther. He made a Nash Healey list, a full record of all the known cars left on the planet. It's more than a hobby, it's a saving mission. With this list, Collins hopes to bring these forgotten cars back into the light. He wants to know where they are, who owns them, and what shape they're in. It's like making a family tree for a disappearing type. But he's not just asking for finished cars, he's also looking for parts. Every bolt, every fender, every little trim piece could help save another car. Got something Nash Healey related? Collins is probably interested. His team buys everything because they believe no piece should go to waste. Many people were surprised at his love for these cars. People expected Collins to go after flashy stuff after the show ended. Camaro builds, rare Mustangs, maybe a Ferrari or two. What they didn't expect was this deep love for an almost forgotten car. And he didn't just pick the easy way. Finding a Nash Healey isn't simple. It takes time, travel, phone calls, tips, and a whole lot of digging. Yet, Collins made it his task, and now he's gathering every last trace of these cars before they disappear completely. Some thought he'd slow down, but they were wrong. Behind those garage doors was a bold new part. one that's all about remembering the past, even if it's buried under rust and weeds. Dennis Collins's garage wasn't just a garage. It was a safe filled with surprises, history, horsepower, and heart. But it wasn't just rare cars catching his eye. Next to the Nash Healeys, another deep love stood tall, his lifelong love for another kind of car, the very cars that first started his journey back in the 80s. Dennis Collins beat up Jeeps. Let's get one thing straight. Dennis Collins was never just a helper on Fast and Loud. He's been in the car game long before cameras showed up and long after they stopped rolling. One thing was clear in all these. This wasn't just a storage place. This was Collins' personal museum, workshop, and temple of speed all wrapped into one. And leading the charge, Jeeps. While the world may know Dennis for Mustangs and Camaros, the heart of his work beats Jeep green. His love for the off-road legends goes all the way back to 1984. That's when Dennis and his brother Jaime first started the business. Two young guys, a couple of beat-up Jeeps, and one big dream. They started rebuilding them from the ground up, turning junk into gold, and the garage proves it. Tucked inside this car paradise are rows of fixed Jeeps from nearly every 10 years. From Army-issue Willys to strong trail monsters, the group tells a story. A story of love, strength, and never letting go of your roots. And that's just the start. If you thought Dennis only had Jeeps parked in there, think again. The man has taste. Bold, loud taste. One of the biggest surprises waiting in that garage was a perfect 1967 Chevrolet. Not just any model either, this beauty was showroom fresh, straight down to the redline tires. And just a few steps away, a jaw-dropping 2018 Black Mountain Jeep. It's sleek, it's black, it's mean. And yes, it's one of Collins's proudest builds. But here's the thing, Dennis isn't keeping all this horsepower hidden away. He drives these machines. He shows them. He brings them out to local car meets like the Heights Car Show in Richardson, Texas. That's right. While other people who collect might keep their cars locked away like museum pieces, Dennis hits the road with his rides. And he doesn't just pull up quietly either. When Collins rolls in, heads turn. At one of these events, Collins made a splash by showing off that same '67 Chevy and the 2018 Jeep side by side. That's decades of car change standing proud under the Texas sun. And it's not just flash, it's a message. Dennis isn't stuck in the past. He celebrates it while keeping up with what's hot right now. Exotic cars, check. Four-wheel drives, double check. Now, let's talk about that garage again. What makes it so special isn't just the cars. It's the setup. Every corner is thought through. Tools are lined up like soldiers. Spotless. Custom lifts raise rare rides like works of art. There's no mess, no chaos, just pure car lover heaven. It feels less like a workshop and more like walking through Dennis's mind. Organized, focused, and deeply in love with everything lined up. And what really shocks visitors the most, it's how personal everything is. Each car comes with a story. Not just its factory facts or horsepower numbers, but real stories. Collins can tell you where he found it, who owned it, how long it sat in a barn, and what it took to bring it back to life. These aren't just machines to him, they're memories on wheels. People are also shocked by the range of cars. You'll find everything from first-generation Mustangs to high-performance Dodge Challengers. There's even a handful of European curveballs thrown in just for good measure. It's not about being loyal to one brand, it's about loving anything fast, unique, and built with soul. And let's not forget the motorcycles. Oh yes, there's a separate corner just for bikes. From vintage Harleys to custom choppers, it's like another mini-group within the group. And just like the cars, each one is fully working and kept in top shape. Dennis doesn't believe in just for show. If it's in the garage, it better be ready to roll. Now, if you're wondering how he manages all this, it's simple. Love. Dennis Collins lives and breathes cars. The show ending didn't slow him down. If anything, it gave him more time to focus on what he really loves. Finding rare gems, fixing them to glory, and sharing them with fellow car lovers. Even more surprising, there's no keeping secrets. Dennis regularly posts videos from the garage. He lets fans in on the process, from buying the car to the final polish. It's all there, raw, honest, and totally open. You feel like you're in the passenger seat the whole time, and people love it. In a world where many people who collect keep their secrets close, Collins is an open book. One fan summed it up perfectly. Walking into Dennis's garage is like stepping into a time machine, one that's been tuned, detailed, and is ready to burn rubber. It's this connection with people that keeps his garage from being just a rich guy's toy box. There's heart in there, purpose, history, and maybe a little bit of Texas dust, just the way he likes it. The end of Fast and Loud might have closed a part, but what's inside Dennis Collins's garage proves the story is far from over. If anything, it's just getting good. Because while TV shows come and go, true love never fades. And in this case, it's got 4 wheels, a growl under the hood, and Dennis Collins behind the wheel. Dennis Collins. Life after Fast and Loud. Dennis didn't just keep moving, he changed gears, hit the gas, and showed everyone that his love for cars isn't for show. It's real, it's deep, and it's still burning strong. Let's start with where you're most likely to spot him these days. Out in the open, surrounded by chrome and horsepower. That's right, Dennis Collins is not one to hide in a garage. He's out there going to car shows, meeting fans, and showing off some of the cleanest rides around. One event that keeps proving this is the Heights Car Show. It happens at the Heights Baptist Church in Richardson, Texas. And yes, Dennis Collins shows up in style. In one of his Facebook videos, Dennis pulled up with a lineup that stopped everyone in their tracks. He brought a stunning 1967 Chevrolet and a jaw-dropping 2018 Black Mountain Jeep. You could feel the crowd's excitement. These weren't just average show cars. They were living proof that Dennis hasn't lost a single step since his Fast and Loud days. What makes it even better is how in touch he still is with what's popular in the car world. A lot of old-school people who collect distance themselves from newer trends, but not Dennis. He stays fresh. That car show promised exotic rides and for the first time 4-wheel drives, something Dennis knows a lot about. And while others talk about staying important, he does it. He's there smiling, talking shop, and showing love to both old cars and the new wave. But what really keeps Dennis ahead of the game isn't just showing up. It's the business he's built behind the scenes. His heart and hands stay busy at Collins Bros Jeep, the company he started way back in 1984. That's decades of turning his love for Jeeps into one of the most respected names in the business. It all started with Dennis and his brother Hamey working on a few Jeeps and selling them for a little cash. But like everything Dennis touches, it grew fast. Today, Collins Bros Jeep isn't just about selling used Jeeps. It's a powerhouse that works with parts, add-ons, and custom builds. If you've got a Jeep, chances are they've got exactly what you need to make it stronger, faster, and cooler. And here's where it gets really interesting. In 2007, Dennis took the next big step and started his own line of parts called BLKMTN, short for Black Mountain. This wasn't just another brand thrown together for selling. These are carefully made add-ons, designed for serious off-roading and next-level performance. People who buy from Black Mountain know they're getting the real deal. Quality that comes from a man who's lived and breathed Jeep life for decades. It's also worth saying that Collins Bros Jeep is still based in Texas, the very place Dennis calls home. That's not just easy, it's meaningful. Texas is where he grew up, where he went to college, and where he earned his bachelor's degree in economics and finance. You better believe he's putting that education to good use. Managing an auto business takes brains, and Dennis has plenty of that under the hood too. But hold on, there's another side to this gearhead story that often gets missed. It's not all about Jeeps. Dennis Collins is a true collector, and his love for Mustangs runs just as deep. One of the more surprising things he's known for, SN95 Mustangs. Now let's be honest, these Mustangs aren't exactly the ones people line up for at classic car shows. They didn't win the hearts of people who collect like the legendary fastbacks or the boss models. But guess what? Dennis still made money on them. Big money. How? It's all in the details. As he explained in an interview with Universe, even a less popular car can sell for a high price if you treat it right. That means keeping every bit of papers, and that means keeping the car looking like it just rolled off the lot. It sounds simple, but it takes hard work, and Dennis has that in him fully. He's not just buying cars, he's keeping them safe. And that's a lesson every person who wants to collect needs to hear. You don't need to chase the rarest cars in the world to make a mark in this business. Sometimes all it takes is picking the right car at the right time and taking really good care of it. That's the kind of stuff that separates Dennis from the pack. He's not chasing fame. He's not buying cars just to post them online. He's in this because he loves it. The engines, the history, the beauty of the hunt, and yes, even the paperwork.